Hello, adventurer. It's good to see you. You have made it to the morning grind.
Welcome, welcome.
It's the live stream at the beginning of the Geekverse, where we talk about all types of topics in geekdom, gaming, and fantasy, with an emphasis on being constructive and creating the things that we want to exist in the world.
It's all on the grind, Sizemore. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
That's exactly right. There are a lot of adventures to be had today. Dungeons to explore and monsters to slay, and who knows what a random encounter might send our way. That's why we have to prepare, so settle in now for the morning grind with your favorite beverage in hand.
Tea? Or maybe something a little stronger. I've got a few bottles of the old Wynyard left.
Whatever you want. Pull up a chair.
Dude.
If you're feeling fancy, how about a cappuccino? Or a frappuccino? Or how about an espresso?
Just tea, thank you.
Sounds good to me, Gandalf. Whatever you want. I'm just glad you're here.
Everyone is welcome. You can just watch if you want. You don't have to worship anything you don't want to worship.
Thank you, Mike. But be forewarned.
Sometimes we get really strange characters around here.
Wait, what's that you say? Why can't you come and be a part of the stream?
My wife would disown me.
Oh no, I bet she'll be fine with it. Come on in.
Am I scared for my safety? No.
What are we supposed to do?
Everybody do the secret handshake.
Secret cultist handshake.
Oh, now do wizards who love each other.
This, my friend, is a science.
I still don't have gifts, but it's fine.
It's all on the grind, son. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
Dude, this would be a sick place to bring the band.
Indeed it would be, Dave. It really would. I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Oh, look, here's someone new.
Is this the cultist meetup?
Yes it is.
Come to hang out? Please accept me. I have nothing else.
Okay, we accept you. Everyone's welcome here.
Brought some snacks.
Well, that makes things even better.
You want some coffee? I don't drink coffee. You sure?
It's cultist coffee.
What makes it cultist coffee? I'm a cultist and I'm drinking it. Oh. Then I'll have some.
What exactly is going on here?
I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome. It's so great to have you. Oh, and look, here comes another stranger.
Can we help you?
Yes, fellow cultists. I could really use some food.
Oh yeah? Welcome. We have donuts.
Oh, it's me. I'm glad I'm here. I'm sure you have a few questions for me, though.
What's your name? Who do you work for? What god do you worship?
Great questions, Rob.
I'm Steve King, and I worship Nyarlathotep.
No, not really. I'm just Heath, and I won't be worshiping anything this morning. But I will be your host. Welcome to the office. We're going to have a great time. I've got my coffee ready, because now it's time for the morning grind.
If you could become a fish, that would be amazing. Then I could command you with my mental fish powers.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the morning grind. 7Xmas7 is here. Hello. Good to see you. Welcome. I think I might be back on schedule after the holidays and all the field trips and things like that. I hope you are too. Yesterday was fantastic for me. I hope it was for you. I took the nieces and nephews to play laser tag. We played 3 games of laser tag, and also I bought them some credits to use in the arcade. We had a great time playing arcade games and playing laser tag. I'm a big advocate of the experience-based Christmas. That worked very well. Hello, Theo. Hello. So that's what I did for Christmas presents for them all. Lots of fun. Okay, so today we are going to be looking at the World Anvil software, and this is something that I've been meaning to do for a while. I have looked at it before, but it's been a while, and they keep adding new features, and I want to use World Anvil here on this stream. That was the plan anyway, because I wanted to use it to publish information about the 2 fantasy worlds that we're developing here, Rabavania and Theophany. So I got the software kind of set up to do that. Now, of course, the software doesn't help you if you're not actually writing the words that have to go up on the World Anvil website, the words for your world book. Doesn't help with that. You've got to be able to do that. So we're going to get a plan here going to figure out exactly what needs to be written, as step 1, step 2, step 3 for both of these worlds. So that's got to be done, and then the writing's got to get done. But it would also be helpful to know, okay, what is the structure of what it is that we're trying to do here? Now, in full disclosure here, World Anvil has reached out about sponsoring this channel, or not sponsoring the channel, sponsoring this show, The Morning Grind. So I was actually planning on using World Anvil because I already bought it prior to them reaching out to talk to me. But that's very nice of them. So that goes very well since it's something I was planning on using anyway, and they are wanting to sponsor the show. So we're still trying to work out some final details about that. But that's what's going on. So if you haven't investigated the software, it actually does a lot more than I thought it did, especially for players, because I was just thinking about it entirely in terms of stuff for the world building side for writers and stuff. But apparently they've added all kinds of support for like game masters as well as players and their characters and things like that. Is anybody using it? So it could be a good alternate or alternate system than something if we're looking for something for other than whatever 1D&D is doing. We've been talking a lot about that. So maybe that's great. Maybe it'll be great. Hopefully it will be great. On the other hand, well, there are alternatives as well. All right, let's breathe and then sip. So let's breathe. And got your favorite beverage. I've got coffee again this morning, so everything's right with the world. Okay, so that does mean that I do have a new export of the morning messages. So on Wednesdays, we'll do morning messages. What I'm actually doing now with the morning messages is I want to try to come up with a different one for each day of the week, or maybe just 5 of the 7 days or something like that, so that different people will be, different messages will be there on a rotation throughout the week. So I was working on that this morning. But here is our morning message, and hopefully the file isn't corrupt. Here we go. The Cultists is our comedy web show about modern-day Lovecraftian cultists just trying to worship Cthulhu in a world full of people who don't understand.
Fish are friends, not food.
I'm a little worried about Rob.
Yes, it's happening.
Ever since we tried to summon Cthulhu, he hasn't been the same.
I'm growing gills. Gills. My transformation into a deep one has finally begun.
Rob, we don't see any gills.
It's these kids getting involved with all this stuff causes them to go crazy.
Seasons 1 and Season 2 are on my YouTube channel now. Each episode is only 5 to 7 minutes long, and you can watch the replays of the live after parties that we had with the cast and crew. They were a lot of fun. The Morning Grind is brought to you by Ravenkeep. That's the company that I set up to publish the things that we are making here on the show. Check out ravenkeep.net. You'll find merchandise from the cultists, such as mugs and coffee, as well as board games, the Goodnight Sword ebook, and the Terra Tiles pre-order. The Morning Grind is also brought to you by World Anvil. Check out the World Anvil website to learn more about everything that it can do for you and your world building and your games, and also be sure to use the code MORNINGGRIND to get 40% off any annual World Anvil subscription. I knew World Anvil was great for game masters and for writers who are developing their worlds and want a beautiful site to display and manage all of that information. But what I didn't know is that World Anvil also offers extensive tools for players, including character sheets, journals, inventory management, and spell books, basically all the digital tools a player who is looking to immerse themselves in their character would need. We're going to be using World Anvil here on The Morning Grind to build out the worlds of Rabavania and Theophany, so we'll get to see it in action here as we go on the show. Alright, that's it for the messages. Let's get to the main topic. All right. So also I was having a problem with YouTube was having a problem with the morning messages before Christmas. So hopefully YouTube doesn't have a problem with that that particular version of it. So all right. And also now do remember that we've got the Morning Grind code. So if you are interested in World Anvil, it's very kind that they are sending us a 40% off code if you end up wanting to try out World Anvil yourself. And also, I should put in the chat, last thing before we get started, is the Ravenkeep Discord link. So if you would like to join the Ravenkeep Discord server, let me make a fresh invite link. I'm going to put this in the chat right now, Ravenkeep Discord. We are trying to make that a positive and constructive place in the Geekverse. We're talking about, well, all kinds of things, actually. All kinds of things geek-related. Okay, let me bring up my screen here. And you can see, you'll be able to see what exactly I see when I log into World Anvil. So I guess, you can check out the World Anvil page. And actually, probably we should do that. I noticed it won't let me get back to the main web page without logging back out. Let me go to a different browser here. And just go over to World Anvil. I've wanted to use this for a while. We wanted to use this when we were developing Journey to the Tree of Sorrows as well. When we were developing Journey to the Tree of Sorrows as well, because I was developing lots of world stuff. Let me remove that and put this up. And we were trying to come up with some way to display all of the Journey to Tree of Sorrows information. But, so we had World Anvil. David and I got that. But it wasn't something we were able to publish on regularly. And we were trying to figure out some way to do that. But it never happened. And so now I've been trying to get started with it. Oh, I'm supposed to bring this up here. So now I'm supposed to, I want to get started with it. And actually, I subscribed. God, it's been a while ago, but it's one of those things that the World Anvil will help you publish stuff, but doesn't help you write stuff. You still got to be able to write all of this stuff as well. And so other things happened. I was writing the books, and then I've been working on the screenplays, but now mentally I'm completely separating working on the stories in those two worlds from developing the world and the RPG stuff. So I've been mentally separating those. Previously, up till a few months ago, they were very much intertwined in my mind. That, well, what does it mean to develop Theophany or develop the Tales of Rabavania? It's everything, but, it can't be everything. So mentally, those are two different activities. Yes, they're developing the same worlds, but they got to just be mentally separated as two different activities. So that's why, writing time has been dedicated to stories, but now writing time also needs to be dedicated to developing the world here. So World Anvil is a set of world-building tools that helps you create, organize, and store your world setting with wiki-like articles, interactive maps, historical timelines. Actually, I think that's kind of why I was looking at this originally. And that's because I originally was thinking, well, gee, I should create a wiki for both of the worlds. But on the other hand, and then later I was like, well, maybe I should just do this. Then I found World Anvil and I was like, oh, well, maybe I should just do World Anvil instead of trying to run some other version of Wikipedia or something like that and host it, Yeah, there's a lot I got to do. So actually just being able to find something like this is a good thing to do for me, I think, rather than trying to run my own wiki or anything like that. Historical timelines, interactive maps, that's also fascinating. See, I was originally just wanting to have the wiki-like stuff, but interactive maps, historical timelines, an RPG campaign manager, and full novel writing software. You have all the tools you need to run your RPG campaign and write your novel. So we've got all different types of article types. We'll take a look at those when we are inside, but then interactive maps. So this isn't map making software. You can't make your own map like the art of the map, but we're gonna have to find other places to do that. And so we might actually on this channel also need to be checking out different map making software for RPGs and other fantasy worlds, because I've got some maps I need to make. Although I am very tempted to do a map by hand, especially for Rabavania. I mean, there are lots of different kinds of maps needed, but I'm wondering if I should try to do the main map by hand, because like we talk about on this channel, everything is on the computer, and computers are great and they make everything more efficient. And it seems like every time I come up with something new to do, well, what's the best way to do it? Best way to do it's on the computer, but that means that sitting here, I'm living a lot of life sitting here in this chair. So maybe the map making, at least one of the maps to be done physically would be something that maybe could be done. We will see. So linking and cross-referencing anything, and like I said, that's the kind of functionality that I wanted to have, like with the wiki and stuff like that, to be able to get from one thing to another very quickly. Put your history in order. Explore, search and find, organize. Family trees and bloodlines. That looks cool. Other organization charts. Visualize the inheritance of your species, organizations, and anything else you want. Show off your magic system, your thieves guilds hierarchy, or your evolutionary tree with organization charts. These are the perfect way to display information in your world and help your readers or navigate the world. Diplomacy webs. I thought that's pretty cool. Diplomacy, hidden agendas, and secret feuds. It can be hard to keep track of our visual diplomacy webs. Our diplomacy, hidden agendas, and secret feuds. It can be hard to keep track. Our visual diplomacy webs help you track the organizations as they work together, which are at all-out war and everything in between. It's easy to absorb, a way to present political information too. Something that readers and players can sometimes struggle with. Interactive role tables. So, I mean, seems pretty cool. So it says, I'm a game master, I'm a writer, I'm a creative, I'm a role player. So I guess you just pick which, like, okay, let's say I'm a role player. I didn't know that there was so much player support originally. So anyway, you can put your whole character in here. Create the profile of your original character, make notes, write journeys. And, this should be able to connect to the world information that's stored in here. 45 supported systems. And it also said that you can create your own. So if we're doing Faded Edge, once it gets more advanced, maybe we'll be able to put Faded Edge in here. I don't know. Maybe. We'll find out. Okay, so let me take that one down and go over here to Inside World Anvil. Okay, so when you log, let me bring it up. When you log in, this is what you see. If you haven't ever been inside World Anvil, well, actually, one of the things we should look at, they did let me, and this was before they had reached out to me. I just reached out to them because they said that you can host World Anvil sites on your own domain, and I said, well, that's cool. I want there to be a homepage for Tales of Rabavania and both Theophany and Tales of Rabavania. So I thought, well, wouldn't it be cool if the World Anvil page were the main homepage for the worlds? And so I already had the domains, and so they were very kind and helped me out. And so now at talesofrabavania.com, this is basically the bare bones World Anvil page. Now, there's a lot of stuff that we can change about this. You can change a lot of things. And of course, there's basically no information in here. But this is the basic World Anvil page that's now set up at talesofrabavania.com. And then World of Theophany as well. Basically got the same kind of thing here. I've plugged some things into Tales of Rabavania, but it's still pretty bare bones. Just played with it over the last very, very little bit over the past few months. So on those two domains, we've got those. So that's going to become the home base for both of these worlds in 2023. I'm very excited about this. Mike says, morning. Sorry I'm late. No problem, Mike. Welcome to glad to have you here. Saw Tales from the Loop as you were scrolling through. I saw that too. Somebody else was talking about that one. I don't have that one around, but I've been hearing that one talked about. We went over Into the Odd. But the Tales from the Loop is also one that we could possibly look at. I believe it's also by Free League. So anyway, that's where we'll be starting off. I'm really excited about this, trying to get these pages set up. I think that my goal for both the RPG, because I was starting with the RPG. That's why we were studying all of the RPGs on the morning grind, because I want to know, okay, if I'm going to build one, which I've always wanted to build one, so it might as well be now. If I'm going to build one, it needs to be now. It needs to be done before the worlds get started, because I at least need to know something about my main mechanics and things like that. Probably also have rules for like 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, because people use that a lot too. But then also have a different narrative rule set. So I think I need like 10,000 words, something manageable. I need manageable targets, like 10,000 words of the RPG and its core rules and how to play. That's the system agnostic version of the software of the rules. And then 10,000 words on Theophany and 10,000 words on Tales of Rabavania as what I'm calling a world primer. So that's going to be the goal. I got to figure out when I want to have those done by. And then also set a word target in order to get that done each day. in addition to writing the screenplays. So that's got to be separate. Those are separate activities. But getting like 10,000 words set up here and getting the page all nice and getting some graphics in here would be a really neat thing. So, all right. But when you log into the dashboard, there is a lot in here. And that's why I've gotten in to play with it just a little bit, but I needed to sit down and do what we're doing here and actually try to figure out everything that is about that you can do with World Anvil. So, and also, I should say one other thing, that if you're on the Discord server, so if you click the Discord invite link, I've got a place in the Discord server for both Tales of Rabavania and Theophany. So if you are on the Discord server, I've got it set up so that when an article updates on Tales of Rabavania or Theophany, that World Anvil, the World Anvil channel under Tales of Rabavania should update and let everybody know there's been an update to the server. So also, if you do have a World Anvil account as well, there's something about, this one doesn't say subscribed, or the Tales of Rabavania has 0 followers. There is some way also to just follow a world in World Anvil. So, and you probably get updates when things update there as well, I suppose. Now, there are discussion boards. Okay. That's probably nothing there. But there's a way to have discussion boards in there too, and also run play-by-post games. I'm not sure if the best way to do that is on the Discord server. It might be. I need to get discussion boards hooked up on the Discord server, or if there could be games going on actually on the boards for the worlds. And I think there are dice rollers and things like that too. And that might be good if it hooks up to the character sheet. We just have to see. So, okay, over here, I've got 2 different worlds. So you can see I've got worlds here. I can make a new world, but I've got Tales of Rabavania and I've got Theophany. So I can tell which world I'm in here. Okay. And then, so a new campaign right here, characters and new character. What happens when I hit new campaign? RPG system. All right, we've got all of our drop downs here. That's a lot of them. Public, privacy, cover image. Check out the Codex article on creating and managing your campaign. Click on the protagonist PCs option in the menu. There you will find a link that you can send to your players. Keep in mind that players need a World Anvil account and also a created character on Heroes. When the characters follow the invite link, they will be added to the page. So everybody's got their own character, and then you add everybody's character to your campaign. All right. Let's just keep looking through here. So I can make a new character. I guess this is going to let me have all different kinds. First name, last name, 3 sentences, drag or drop a picture, and then choose the RPG system this character is being created for. Okay, cool. But let's go back to Tales of Rabavania, because I don't need to create a new world. See, I've got 10,000 word goal here, but it's been a long. I didn't actually get in here and get writing it yet. I started writing the stories. So dashboard. Create a new article. So we can see we've got all kinds of different types of articles here. Building, a character, a condition, such as natural or magical diseases, illnesses, mutations, and transformations. Conflict, wars, battles, sieges, and skirmishes. Generally what happens when 2 sides meet each other with pointy sticks. Countries, documents, treaties, books, artwork, manuals, guilds, statements, and much more. Ethnicity, God, deity, geography, worlds and universes, galaxies, solar systems, planets, mountains, etc. Different items, everyday use, coins, tools, armor, weapons, from the common to the unique, a new language, a new material. And so I'm guessing that this is, the structure of this then, there are things that you can tell it about military units, for instance, military unit, that you can't tell it about myths and legends. Or, military unit needs certain different types of things. Myth and legend, natural law, organization, kingdoms, baronies, churches of gods, Plot. Story plots are your overarching plots, acts, scenes, beats, whatever you call your story parts. Use them for your prose or your RPG campaign outline. Professions, prose, haikus, poems, short stories, chapters of your books displays cleanly with focus on readability. Religions, titles, settlements, species, spells, technology, traditions, and vehicle. So it's not just article. All right. Well, I guess there is generic article. Write any content you want without prompts. This can be used for additional content, role-playing game, homebrew, rule sets, introduction to chapters, prose, etc. But also it's got all these. So like if I go to military unit, for instance, see, and I think the best way to do this is to have written all of this out and not try to write it inside here. I want to have the written document in like Scrivener anyway. I tend to write in Scrivener a lot. So I think the best way to go about the world building here is to say, all right, I want to do 10,000 words on both of these worlds. What is the most important subjects that need to be covered if I only had 10,000 words to tell someone, everyone, all of you, about both Tales of Rabavania and Theophany, and to write out that outline and then assign each article or thing that needs to be, we'll call them articles, sure, a word count, and then hit those word counts, because that's going to be a low word count. They can be expanded later, but only 10,000 words to explain Rabavania and Theophany. I need to come up with that structure and then hit that word count. The articles can be expanded later, but I think then publish that out as a primer on World Anvil, and then also make it into a PDF. So I want the words in the Scrivener document, so I can make that into a PDF as well. That's kind of the strategy here for world building. So I'm here on military formation. Military formation title. Space for pronunciation. Type. Whoa. Air Force, Airborne, Armor, Artillery, Cavalry, Covert, Infantry, Marines, Mech, Navy, Paramilitary. Wow. Okay. So lots of stuff to like. So those are all the prompts for different things that you would have, that you could have. Now, I want to look at some other world guides as well about what types of prompts they have for like their locations and things, because we were looking at the AD&D World Builders Guide and like what it suggests putting out for all of the different places. What do you need to have? I want to have a structure like that. That way, it's also really easy to format a book and things like that. Welcome, everybody. Hello. So good to see you. We've got 10 people watching. Welcome, welcome. It's so good to see you. I'm glad you're here. If you will, hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, I'd love to have you subscribe. We do the morning grind every morning at 9:30 in the morning, and Wednesdays are World Building Wednesdays. So it would be great to see you. So please hit the subscribe button and the like button, and maybe YouTube will like that, and it will go out with the algorithm to maybe more people who would like to join us for a bunch of fun stuff in the Geekverse, including RPGs and world building. So content, okay, so that's the main article stuff. Sections, sidebar top, sidebar content panel bottom. So there's a lot of stuff here that you can also format and make them look really, really nice. So you can make the thing look how you want it to. So footer sections, header sections. Okay, design, article cover image, a header. You have to come up with a way to do art, but I'm not going to get caught up on that, because especially for version 1 or generation 1, I've also been kind of happy about or enthusiastic about some of the RPGs that we've looked at that have been very light on art and have even been just black and white text and things like that. And I think that's great for version 1. Because I also love the things like Thrones and Bones, and we were looking at the very high-end, well-produced ones that have lots of art. And so it's tempted to go, well, what's the most you can do? The most you can do is get tons and tons of art and just make it look absolutely beautiful, which is where I'd like to go. But you got to start someplace. And so we're going to start in some way that gets this done with minimal art or art that can be produced rather quickly. So we've got article cover image, excerpt short description to appear in lists, mouse over snippets, icon. The icon will appear in the table of contents and in other lists. This is very robust. Navigation, parent category. So I think I saw that over here. So let's see, Tales of Rapavania. But like right here, the World Codex. So we should have some way to organize articles by parent type or something like that. And I think I started that. Like staging area is not, I don't think it's supposed to be public. Like how to stage your world. I think that's for articles that I was still getting ready. So I was just trying to use it. But like world encyclopedia, flora and fauna. Do I have anything in here? I thought I did. World Atlas. Maybe nothing is published out. Oh, timelines. We're going to have to look at how to use timelines too. Parent category, parent article. Position weights. It's weighting stuff in the list. Allow comments. Oh, there is something to check. This article contains not safe for work or 18 plus content. So people can comment on the articles. Show table of contents, security. And this was another feature that I liked about World Anvil, that when I realized, okay, they're doing this kind of thing, and that's better than just a wiki. Because I was like, what if there is some kind of secret information, or what if we wanted to control access to some articles? You can do that. So there is a passcode, direct link access, and different ways to protect different articles or different parts of articles, even, I believe, from different users. BGD says it would be great to illustrate your Rabavania World Primer with a diorama photography of all your excellent Rabbit Knight action figures. That's one way to do it. I've thought about action figure photography. I've thought about that. So right now, the action figures that I have don't articulate. They are just the 3D prints of mine that are the original prototypes. But they could still be used for certain things as far as photography goes. It certainly could. In fact, I might have to do that. At one time, I was really trying to get into action figure photography, and I got some different lights and things for that. So that may be something we have to try out. But they could certainly do some things. And then we'll be getting other prototypes, more articulated prototypes in the future too. So we may have to do that. That would be something you don't see in RPGs very often, right? What RPG book is illustrated with action figures? There might be one, but especially custom-made action figures. Oh, here are secrets. Add a secret. So if you've got some kind of secret information about something, especially if you're playing in a campaign and you want to have the game master have access to certain information about a place, but you don't want the players to have access to that information, you can add that as a secret. So I do have some articles, but okay, there are, like, this is a draft and it's private. I noticed there were multiple stages in order to publish something out, because something can be a draft, and if it's a draft, it's not anywhere like on the page. It's got to be published out, but it also has to be specifically public, and then you can protect things in certain ways too. Clovis, there we go. I was working on I like having the quotes. So like, how do I open in worlds? What would this look like in the world right now? So right now, Clovis is one of their legendary heroes. But then there was born among rabbit kind the great rabbit Clovis. That night, fiery stars streaked through the sky, and the roar of thunder caused the foundations of the world to shake. Clovis grew from a small kit to a powerful buck with astonishing speed. His body was imbued with unmatched strength. In all things, he showed the other rabbits what it meant to be brave. So that's an excerpt from an in-universe text. So hey, I should have the Tale of Clovis and Anorta as an in-universe text here on the World Anvil site. It's probably not important for the first 10,000 words, but we could totally do that. So this is what that looks like. So if I edit this, okay, so that was a quote up in the content section. Okay. And I think this was an example of a weapon. Yeah, yep. Open in world. So I've tried to use item weapon Datharan, the Iron Fang, with the legendary sword forged by Clovis and borne by him in his battle with the monster Anorda. Okay. So articles. Tons of articles. Now maps. And it says timelines are new. Now, actually, I'm wondering how to do time in Rabavania, because I was one of the things that that doesn't really come up in the story is how long they live. So I'm wondering how to handle that with because rabbits don't typically live that long. But on the other hand, I'm wondering if it'd be weird to have rabbits that have an actual rabbit lifespan. It might be easier to just have rabbits have a longer time span. So we got timelines here, images. And I've got some type of, I've got 15 gigabytes of storage. Manuscripts. I have not been writing inside World Anvil. And then advanced tools. Oh my God. Advanced tools include calendars. So I think those are in-universe calendars. Content trees. Was that one of those organizational trees? I think it was. Player characters. Invite. Okay, so this is invite characters to your world. This world has no access code. You will need to generate one in order to invite more players. So, all right, we'll be able to invite players to the world. That'll be cool once we get this done and built out. Secrets. So yeah, so you've got different subscriber groups that you can group people into different subscriber groups, and then allocate what secrets they should see. Secrets are set to closed. This means that only the author of the secret and the users in the assigned subscriber group can view them, instead of all world co-authors being able to view them. You can make secrets visible to all world authors by going to the display tab of the world configuration and checking the open secret option or open secrets option. Stat blocks. Generic table. We're using these pipes to separate different types of data. Use CSV separated by pipe, the pipe format, and add the contents to your table. You can export a CSV from any spreadsheet application or just paste it in here or write your own. Again, that seems like something that would be best done outside of World Anvil and then brought into World Anvil. To-do lists. Wow. Only zero. It's a to-do list that is not full of stuff with me. Don't know if I will use that or not. To-do list variables. Oh, now also, I think this is interesting. What are variables? Not everything in your world requires an article. Some things need to be recorded, but are too small to need an article. The translation of a word from a conlang to your native language, a small sentence about a location in your world which does not merit an article, but you do want it recorded, or an equipment item and its properties. In addition, in many cases, you'd like to have the proper name, date, value of something recorded, and also be able to change it from a single place globally. Your world's population, the abbreviation for your coinage system, or your next date for a festival. So you can create a collection and fill it with variables. Then you can either use the whatever icon that is on it, or simply the bracket followed by the key of your variable on any article you want it to appear. There are currently 5 types of variables. Simple strings, advanced term, rendered fragment, link, number, an integer format, or a JSON array. Each of these types works a bit differently. I'm sure the programmers will like that. All right, so I'll have to keep that in mind. When would I want to use variables across the world? Mike says, for the rabbits, instead of 5 to 10 years, how about 5 to 10 decades? And time is tracked in seasons. I think something like that could work. Because, I've got, it seems, tracking time in seasons. Yeah, I want to develop a calendar for them. But, seasons you would think would be very special to them. And they would be very much in tune with. because I've got characters who are going to be squires. So, they're going through they're squired to a knight, or actually several knights. And, they're growing up together in a castle. So if the rabbit is only lives 5 to 10 years, the time that you're a squire is not that much. So it probably makes more sense for human readers. Like from the story perspective, it would be like, during their teenage years, early teenage years. But then again, the purpose of that world isn't to just fully replicate, biological rabbits. So I think the longer lifespan like that is probably the thing to do. Okay, let's go to timelines. Oh, so okay, there is a change log. Let's go here to. Apparently, I had started the history of Rabavania in some point. Well, okay, so let's say. Okay, create a new historical entry. All right. Aiden the bear. Now, Aiden the bear is actually a rabbit. Aiden the bear is crowned High King of Rabavania. So that would be an important. That goes on the history of Rabavania. Select as many timelines as you like. The event will appear under them all. Let's say milestone era changing, because that's how they reckon time in their modern calendar. What is this? Let's say it's a founding. Can I say 0? No, year. So this would be year 1. How many months can I have? Can I have more than 12? I can't have more than 12. That makes sense. But I can have negative months. So on the first month, first day, Aiden called the bear is crowned High King of Rabavania on the shores of Callan Mere. Well, by the nope. Just leave it at that at the moment. So now what happens when when I did? So do I have to press that? Go anywhere, create anything, create historical entry. So I do get cover image. Copy and paste the link below to include this on any of your articles. Okay. View event. Aiden the Bear is crowned High King of Rabavania. Founding. Oh. Well, I lost where I was. Timelines. History of Rabavania. List of all events. Okay, so here is an event. History and the founding of Rabavania. Let's edit that again. Save changes. Okay, view the timeline. There's only one event in here. Okay, this is what the timeline looks like. View, create a new historical entry, view timeline. So this is what the timeline is going to look like. Aiden the Bear is crowned High King of Rabavania. Now, I wonder how to handle like the legendary past, because I'd like to be able to put in the stuff about Clovis as well, but that's in the ancient past, you know. What my thinking here is, as far as building out this world, I don't want the world to have spoilers for the stories, right? So I want people to be able to enjoy all of the world guide, the world building, the different games, the RPG or things like that, even if the stories aren't out yet. And I don't want them to spoil the stories. So my thinking is that all of the world guide for both Rabavania and Theophany needs to describe the state of the world when the stories start. So all of the history and stuff like that, so that anything secret information or something like that that would spoil something won't be in there, but it would just describe the state of the world at the start of both of those stories. So if you're involved in, if you're reading the world or you played an RPG or something like that, you're playing right up to the time when the stories are about to start. And then maybe much later, there can be some type of, there could be some type of additional appendix or something like that, or update to update it with information for the stories. But the locations, things like that, get everything set. And also that way I've got that information for the story writing. What's the state of the world as soon as the story is about to begin? Hello and welcome, everybody. Okay, so wait a minute. So let's put another one in here. So Aiden the Bear is crowned High King of Rabavania. Okay. Show advanced options. Full content used on the historical entries page in order to expand the historical entry details. Related characters. Important characters related to the event. Related organizations. Important organizations related to the event. Related articles. A historic event can be related only to one article. Related session report. Related location. Related species. Tags. As if that wasn't enough. Use commas to separate your tags. Adding tags to any piece of content can help you search for it using any of the tags. Secret information and subscriber groups. Wow. Okay. Now, can I just try and experiment with a map? Okay, let's see what happens when we say create a map. We're going to need a map to try out. Let me see if let me just download something. What about a map of Rohan? Okay. Okay, I've got a map of Rohan here. So if I say choose a file, test map of Rohan. This is what I was saying. It's not map making software. This is doing a whole lot. The software is doing a whole lot, but it's not actually having you make the map as far as artistically goes. Test map of Rohan. Okay. Create your markers super fast. If you want to create simple markers, there's a much faster and easier way to do it. Open up the map in presentation mode button in the bottom left. Right-click anywhere on the map. Okay. So here, but we got this pin here. Awesome. Fill in the form on the side now. So here is the pin, the title appearing in the pop-up bubble. Okay. The Fortress of Isengard. This is the home of Saruman, White Wizard. Choose your pen type. Castle, maybe. Oh, there we go. So there is Isengard right there. So there is my Let me edit that. So let's try to, okay. We can put longitude and latitude in here. Oh, now I may have to think about that because, you know, I used to teach geography. I went to graduate school for geography. I used to teach geographic information science. I taught cartography. And so I've actually thought a lot about the way to represent both Rabavania and Theophany on maps and their different projections to use and things like that. And actually whether or not they'll be in-universe maps or out-of-universe maps and how to handle that. The world of Theophany has a very different and unique shape, though. So I'm going to figure out how to deal with its shape because I don't want it to be round. And actually, probably for Rabavania, the shape of the world won't really matter because the area over which all of Rabavania takes place, although very large, is probably not something we're actually going to have to deal with projections with anyway. But I hadn't been thinking about latitude and longitude and height yet. So what type of marker is it? A pen, a label, a line, or a circle or a polygon? Outline color, fill color, outline opacity, fill opacity. What does this do? There's so much here. This is going to be able to create a really nice website for the Rabavania and Theophany. I think in the end, I'm going to be very happy with it. It'll be a great place for people to come to and get information about the world. So outline, what does this do? It's supposed to open a pop-up. It opens a pop-up, okay, or opens a new page. Click to enable direct linking. If you make the marker as a direct link marker, when clicked, it will directly navigate the user to the target page, which is probably pretty useful. So if I had, if you mark the marker as a direct link marker, when clicked, it will directly navigate the user to the target page. So in that case, probably I would have, if I were doing Middle Earth, an article on the Fortress of Isengard. So it would be really nice to be able to click on that marker on the map and go immediately to the article on the Fortress of Isengard. What does it link to? Well, it could link to another map. Oh, well, it could link to another map. Well, that's interesting. So if you have got like a dungeon map and you go to a particular location, you could look at the dungeon map. So that's interesting. A location. So I guess that's an article, an organization, an article, history, related history, or a category. So this doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it could link to the article on Clovis. Just as an example to understand how all this is working. Okay. Save changes. So now, how do I view this map? Oh, we got a layer here. We got different layers. Very comprehensive. Markers, marker groups, layers. Layers are images you can overlay onto your map. They can be added into a marker group and hidden in addition to marker pens, just as the alternative views of your map's images. Map settings. Minimum allowed zoom, maximum allowed zoom. Lots of functionality I remember from doing web maps when I was teaching geographic information systems. Description, the legend, compass rose image. Initialization, initial zoom level and initial zoom location. Display and privacy. Map deletion. Well, we'll delete this as a test map, but later. Wait, how do I just view this map on... How would it look? Oh, open in presentation mode. Okay, so this is in the Tales of Rabavania. What is this? This create a new article, category, event, note, secret. All right, let's not do that right now. What is this? Well, I need to cancel that. I'm using Safari. Create a new article, ethnicity, military unit. Oh, all that can be done from right here. Wow. Over here. I wonder if what is it going to look like? Read World Atlas. Must not be published yet. So much work to be done. But I wanted to know, okay, so if I open this in presentation mode and then I click over here on this one, this should actually take me to the Clovis article. Okay, now it takes me to the Clovis article. Well, that's nice. It would be nice if there's a way to get overland travel taken care of really easily in this. I want to have good rules for overland travel and wilderness exploration and things like that. I think that's an important part of the a game. So I wonder if we'll be able to incorporate that into our map system here. We will see. What else do we need to look at? Is there something out here that you saw that looked interesting that we haven't checked out yet that we should? Oh, whiteboards. Title, test whiteboard. Public status or can assign to different subscribers. Now, this is nice because, I said, let's see, I just draw on this. Looks like it should be able to operate like a whiteboard does. Erase that. I said that one of my goals for designing the Faded Edge RPG was that I wanted to be sure that it was very easy to play online and not, but lightweight on the game masters. There's not a whole lot of prep. You can do a whole lot of prep. You can build out all of the maps and you can use all of the different, stuff on, Roll20 or all of that I have used that a game master has set up for me. But that takes a lot of effort on the type of the game master. It would be great, I think, if the game could just use a common whiteboard. You can do more if you want to, but really, if you're playing online, the RPG is just expecting you to have everybody, connected by video chat, and then have like a whiteboard up, and that way we could talk about, something being, how do I use this? On fire. What's our status of this situation? On fire, kind of like fate. Assets, not assets, aspects. And maybe, of course, you should be able to draw out just basic, rooms. All right, so we got this room over here, and then here's another zone that you can enter, and then, this over here is the other room or something like that. And just be able to play really easily like that. Be able to sit down, play arrow. What is this? Oh, a sticky note. Oh, so this might be good for something that is, on fire or something. I don't know. Oh, lots of different options on the whiteboard. So I like that. I wasn't sure where I was going to get one, so now here's one. What else is on the dashboard? So I can look at articles by type, maps, test map of Rohan. I still wanted to be able to see, is it just presentation mode where this is? Go back to this map. I don't know. Timelines. So the history of Rabavania and then the development change log. Oh, that's not something that automatically changes? Oh, I guess, yeah, I got test map of Rohan here. So maybe that does give me something about the change log. I don't know if that needs to be public or not. Might not be important for this this world. Well, what do you think? I think there's a lot that I felt like drinking from the fire hose right here. You can see why I didn't really get into it yet, because there's so much stuff there. But I thought that, hey, what I need to do is, really what I need to do is plan out and outline that book, the world primers for both of those. It's only 10,000 words. You would think that, if I have, but what do you write? I need to think about what exactly I would want in that book. If I could only give people 10,000 words of Rapavania, what would it be? Then we can wire all of that up in the in World Anvil and have the page. But then we can look at other and actually start making it look pretty. Because one thing I guess we didn't do that we should is look at other example worlds. We typically go for about an hour here, and we're just about at that. But what we should look at is other people's worlds, because there are some fantastic examples of worlds that people have done and made to look very pretty. Let's try World Anvil sample worlds. Not really sample worlds. They're worlds other people have built. Best of World Anvil. Let me do this. Share screen. So the best of World Anvil right here. This might be a great way to find some other worlds to play in. So, Pronanthea. Unbeknownst to all but the most observant of folk, the world is changing. A series of events are starting to unfold, events that have been waiting for millennia to come to fruition. Who will answer the call to adventure that Pronanthea is emanating its very core? So if I go here, this is its World Anvil page. So you can see some of the same structure here, but definitely different as far as its look goes, right? So they've come in with graphics and backgrounds and changed up icons and things like that. So we should be able to create a really nice look. Maybe Brianna, get a graphic designer on this and make it look nice for both Rabavania and Theophany. Some people... very different look here. Pretty neat. I want to have a really nice getting started section like this, because we've thought that, is so important when we're getting started with an RPG, but also getting started with the world, because people are going to come to the Tales of Rabavania webpage and maybe know nothing about it. So having a really easy getting started, what's Rabavania about, section like that's going to be really important. The World Codex, timelines, recent articles. Looks cool. This world right here. Tabletop RPG and narrative universe. Oh, even social media and Twitter embedded there. So not only is all the structure there, we looked at that one. So not only is all the structure there, but we can make it look pretty as well. This looks cool. A lot of people put a lot of work into these things. So anyway, that's where we're going. That's what we're going to be making. I think it'll be fun. I've been trying to do this for years. So 2023, this is going to be the year. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. I'm about to cut out here, but thank you everybody for joining us. And also, if you're watching a replay and you find us later on, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate having you here. If you've enjoyed it, please do join the Discord server. The Discord server link is in the chat. Just scroll up and hit that. Would love to have you on the Discord server and also as a part of the channel going forward into 2023. I'm planning on streaming just about every day, 9:30 a.m. for the morning grind. All right. Well, I got to cut out of here. We'll look at large rocks later, but I've got to actually get working on large rocks and see about stuff. Probably do a wind down tonight, though. So make sure you're being productive. We will check in with everybody for the wind down. Wednesday nights are supposed to be the wind down. So we will do another live stream at 7:30 tonight, where I also do want to talk about the knighthood and its relationship to the feminine, I think tonight would be a good time to do that. So tonight we will bring your topics to discuss. We will check in. We will talk about other things in the Geekverse if you've got things to talk about. But I will be talking about the relationship between knighthood and the feminine on the wind down tonight. All right, everybody. See you later. Have fun. Be productive.